Okay, so in my last video, talked about how student athletes should get paid, and uh, I was a bit iffy on it. Feel like I didn't spend enough time preparing myself, so this time I made sure I went over my lines and everything, so I hope it turns out better. Okay, so going more into depth about the how college athletes should be paid. I think college athletes should be paid because they're working a full time job. The average American full time work contract usually stipulates that the employee will work between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., 5 days a week. Salaries are also usually based around a 40-hour work week. So if the NCAA college Division One and Two athlete spends around 40 hours a week on their game, then they are working the same amount as those in full-time employment do. These hours are distributed over training sessions, games, travel, and other required sessions that student athletes must attend in order to remain on the team and keep the full scholarship that they have. Um, but college athletes must attend in order to remain on the team. Um, I mean, uh, yeah. But college athletes are not required to simply play sports 40 hours a week. Their schedule also includes a full time college schedule that they must maintain if they want to stay in the school and continue playing the college sport that they came to play for. If a student has 10 hours of class each week and puts in the recommended 4 hours of studying for each hour of class, then the average athlete spends 50 hours each week studying and attending mandatory classes and study halls. This means that the college athlete has to work 90 hours per week just to remain in school on their scholarship. This is equivalent to working two full time jobs with a side job on the weekends just to pay for their bills. Um, Another reason why college athletes should get paid is to keep up with ends meet. There are many costs associated with being a college athlete that tuition doesn't cover. There are crucial expenses that are not covered by scholarships. For example, athletes who spend 90 hours a week training and studying will often find themselves starving well after the university's dining facility have closed. There is no room in these scholarships for providing students with additional dining options. Instead, these costs have to come out of their own pocket. To many people, these things seem like a small price to pay for a full scholarship. But it is important to remember that these scholarships are only the means through which many athletes can make it to college. Many college athletes do not come from privileged backgrounds, and their performance at their sport is one of the few chances they feasibly had to be able to go to college. Many also cannot rely on their parents for extra money they need to live, to feed and clothe themselves. These students must often wind up getting part time jobs. If a student works 90 hours a week at their unpaid job, which is like their classwork and their sport, and then spends a further 10 to 15 hours on their paid job if they're working at Target, then that's 100 hours a week for 4 years simply to be able to feed themselves adequately. And all this is happening while the coach is making a comfortable figure salary. So basically, to sum up, um, we were working a full-time job, basically 40 hours a week, and then uh, the adding the pay job just to keep up with ends meet is pretty serious. So I believe that student athletes should get paid.